Daf Yomi Tractate Bava Metzia, page 94b, part 2. 94b, part 2. With the words Nosei Sachar, the Mishnah cited previously states the halachot of a paid bailee and a renter are the same. They take an oath over an injured animal, over a captured animal, and over a dead animal, attesting that the mishaps were caused by circumstances beyond their control, and they are exempt, but they must pay for loss or theft. The Gemara asks, granted a paid bailee is liable in the case of theft, as it is written, if it is stolen from him, he must pay its owner. Exodus 22:11. But in the case of loss, from where do we derive that a paid bailee is liable? The Gemara answers, as it is taught in a Braita, from the verse, if it is stolen. I have derived only that a paid bailee is liable if the item he is safeguarding is stolen. From where do I derive he is liable also if it is lost? The verse states, ganov yiganev, repeating the verb for emphasis. This teaches that he is liable in any case. In other words, for loss as well as theft. The Gemara asks, this works out well according to the one who says we do not say that the Torah spoke in the language of people. And so any repeated verb must serve to teach additional halachot. Dibra Torah kalashon b'nei adam. That's a fundamental thing, and we should gematriatize that one. What's the gematria of Dibra Torah kalashon b'nei adam? I'll tell you right now. 1335. That's pretty significant. There's 1335 days in Daniel. That's easy. That's nice. Dibra Torah kalashon b'nei adam. That's a really good fundamental right there. I'm gonna get that. Yeah. It's also in Atbash, 1667. I don't know about that. Hebrew reduction is 66. The Seder is 192. Okay. All right. In any event, let's continue. Dibra Torah kalashon b'nei adam. Dibra Torah kalashon b'nei adam. This works. The Gemara asks, this works so well according to the one who says that we do not say the Torah spoken language of the people. And so any repeated verb must serve to teach additional halachot. But according to one who says we do say that the Torah is spoken language of people, and so the use of a repeated verb is only for stylistic reasons. What can be said? From where is it derived that the bailee is liable for losing the item? They say in the West, meaning in Eretz Yisrael, it is derived through a kal v'chomer inference. They call it here a fortiori, but kal v'chomer. In the case of a theft, which is near to being a case of circumstances beyond his control, the halacha is that the bailee pays the owner the item's value. In the case of loss, which is near to a case of negligence, is it not all the more so logical that he should pay? The Gemara asks, according to the other opinion, why is there a need for a verse to teach us halacha if it can be derived from a kal v'chomer? The Gemara answers, at times there is a matter that can be derived through a kal v'chomer, and the verse nevertheless takes the trouble and writes it explicitly. There must be reasons why it does that, no? Anyway. The Mishnah cited above states, and the borrower does not take an oath, but he pays for every outcome, whether it was stolen or lost, even in circumstances beyond his control. The Gemara asks, granted the bailee is liable if the animal is injured or dies, as it is written, and if a man borrows from another, and it is injured or dies, he shall pay. Exodus 22:13. But from where do we derive the liability of a borrower when the animal is captured? And if you would say, let us derive from the fact that the borrower is liable if the animal is injured or dies, because all are similarly cases of circumstances beyond his control, then one could counter as follows. What is notable about the case where the animal is injured or died? It is notable in that it is the type of unavoidable accident whose possibility of occurring enters one's mind. So it is reasonable that the borrower accepted responsibility for such mishaps. Can you say the same about being captured, which is an unavoidable accident whose possibility of occurring does not enter one's mind? Rather, the liability of a borrower in the case where the animal is captured is derived as follows. The case where the animal is injured or dies are stated in the passage about a borrower, and similarly, the cases where it is injured or dies are stated in the passage about a paid bailee, just as below. In other words, in the passage in the Torah concerning a paid bailee, the case in which it is captured is included with it, as the verse there states, if a man deliver his neighbor a donkey or an ox or a sheep or any beast to safeguard, and it die or be hurt or is captured, Exodus 22:9. So to here, with regard to a borrower, the case where it is captured is included with it. The Gemara explains that this derivation can be refuted as follows. What is notable about a paid bailee? He is notable in that the cases in which the animal is injured or dies are mentioned in order to exempt him from liability. Can you say this also is true with regard to a borrower, where the cases are mentioned in order to teach that he is liable? Rather, the liability of a borrower in a case where the animal is captured is derived in accordance with the statement of Rabbi Natan as it is taught in Braita. Rabbi Natan says the word or in a phrase, injured or dies, Exodus 22:13, serves to include the case in which the animal is captured. The Gemara asks, but this word or is required in order to divide the cases, as otherwise it could enter your mind to say that the bailee is not liable unless the animal is first injured and then also dies. Therefore, the term or is necessary to teach us that these are two separate cases. The Gemara comments, this works out well according to the opinion of Rabbi Yonatan, that it is obvious that the borrower is liable even if the animal died without being injured first. Consequently, or is unnecessary, and so it can be used for Rabbi Natan's derivation. But, according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehoshua, what is there to say? According to his opinion, it is necessary for the Torah to state or, in this case, to teach that the borrower is liable even if the animal dies without being injured first, and so it cannot be used for a derivation. The Gemara explains, as it is taught in a Braita, from the verse, a man who curses his father and mother shall die. Leviticus 20, verse 9. I have derived only that one is liable if he curses both his father and his mother. From where do I derive that if one curses his father but not his mother, or his mother but not his father, that he is liable? The continuation of the verse states, his father and his mother he has cursed. His blood is upon him. In the first part of the verse, the word curses is in proximity to his father, and in the last part of the verse, it is in proximity to his mother. This teaches that the verse is referring to both a case where he cursed only his father and a case where he cursed only his mother. This is the statement of Rabbi Yehoshua. Rabbi Yonatan says there is no need for this derivation because the phrase his father and his mother indicates that one is liable if he curses both of them together, and it also indicates that he is liable if he curses either one of them on their own.